The underlying message by President Granger to villagers in the Betafroactin Triumph area was that it's not all about jobs, but getting a sound education and working to become self-sufficient. He observed that one reliable approach to self-sufficiency was to return to the land, get back to farming as their forefathers did, process their own food and become independent, the president urged. The occasion was a cultural evening hosted by the 8th of May movement in observance of the emancipation of slaves in 1838. The president also urged the villagers to stop being dependent on others and use their talent to create opportunities for their own development.
And the fourth pillar on which the village rested was the farm. And every household had to eat. And every household had a farm. So the village rested on four pillars: home, church, school, and farm. And I tell you, BV, if you kick down those pillars, the house will fall. If you kick down this school, BV will fall. If you kick down the church, BV will fall. If you disregard the family home, BV will fall. You hear me, man? You hear me? And if you abandon those farmlands, you will be confined to living a life of wage earners instead of becoming independent and prosperous farmers.
President David Granger said Guyanese must prepare for economic emancipation and that poverty needs to be relegated to a page in history. He promised to ensure that the oil revenues benefit the country in a fair manner and added that it is up to the people to be prepared for job opportunities.
No matter how much we sing and dance, in the final analysis, our lives will be determined by how we make our living. If we make our living by hanging around the corner and liming at the Guinness bar, we will be forever poor. But if we go into our farms, go into our workshops, go into our schools, we'll be able to build prosperity.
The president further invited residents of the area to consider the publication of a history of Betafroactin, which he pledged to fund under certain conditions. Mr. Granger placed considerable emphasis on the need for an educated society.
So let's put our money in buses, boats, and bicycles, not in vodka, rum, and gin. Let us put the children first. If our foreparents were drunkards, we wouldn't be here today. But they saved their money and they bought these villages, not for themselves, but for future generations. So emancipation means education. It means liberating yourself from ignorance. Once you're educated, you can be anything you want to be. You can be a petroleum engineer, a doctor, accountant, a manager of a business, president. You can be president. Yeah. How about that? You want to be president? But you have to be educated. You have to go to school. You have to learn to read, write, count, and spell.
The program included cultural presentations and performances by the BV Majorettes who early Tuesday staged a march through the streets of Betafroactin. Several NGSA students were also honored. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Yanis Abrams.